Well, welcome all. My name is Nick. I'm the COO for Communication Outreach at the Prince George's County Memorial Library System. So grateful to all of you for being with us today and for supporting us through this very strange time that we've been living with COVID. And we have really leaned into having a robust online community, and we appreciate all of you being part of that with us throughout the time here. And we're going to be doing many more virtual things going forward into the future, even once we're back into the branches. So without further ado, we'll turn it over to Amy, and thank you all for joining us.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for the first annual Prince George's County Memorial Library System Poetry Contest. I am so excited to have read all of these brilliant poems and to know the diverse talents in Prince George's County across all ages. Just to give you a little bit of history, this poetry contest actually started in the Upper Marlboro branch with Ann Ramsey, the former branch manager. And she had the program running as long as she was there, but then she went to a different branch and then she retired. So a little thought was planted in my head that I needed to resurrect this form of the written word. And so I created a poetry contest for the Upper Marlboro branch, which I've run for a couple of years. But I decided this year to expand to all of Prince George's County, to all of its residents, to tap into their creativity and to see the glorious words that were written. And so this is our first iteration of the poetry contest. And due to its great success and having over 65 entries, considering all of the COVID and other situations going on right now, that is pretty darn good. So I want to thank all the poets who submitted poems. I want to congratulate all the winners for their inspiring words. And I want to especially thank Hiram LaRue, Sister Joy, and Elizabeth. Thank you so much. Without further ado, I'm going to have Hiram LaRue speak.
Thanks, Amy. This is Hiram LaRue. I would normally, as a fairly active poet, want to read a piece, but I'm not going to today. We're living through some very, very challenging times. And all I would want to convey today is how important it is for all of us as poets to speak up and speak back with our hearts and our minds through our poems to help try to make a difference. So my urging to all of us is to keep going, keep writing, keep presenting, and keep the faith. And I'll turn it back to Amy with that. I'm really looking forward to hearing everyone present their work. Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome, Hiram. So what we're going to do now is introduce Sister Joy. Hiram, do you have...
Sure. Sister Joy's bio is too wonderfully extensive to provide in a short amount of time. But let me just say that Sister Joy, as the current Poet Laureate and the first Poet Laureate for Prince George's County, has brought an energy, an excitement, a momentum, an honesty to that position that other counties are incredibly envious of. And we as poets in the county need to be especially proud of. So it's with a great deal of pride that we welcome Sister Joy and her thoughts, her insights to today's event.
Well, thank you so much, Hiram and Amy, and all of the poets who entered and supported this contest, all who are listening and who have lent any energy whatsoever to poetry in Prince George's County, to poetry anywhere. I first would like to say how very honored I am to have been selected as the inaugural Poet Laureate for the privilege and the responsibility, which I take seriously, It is something that I strive eternally to be worthy of the challenge and ensure that the work that must be done is done at a level of excellence. Speaking of excellence, one of the things that recently happened during this time of virtual poetry is the appointment and recognition of 4 county poets who are poets of excellence officially for Prince George's County. And I'm pleased that Hiram LaRue is one of those 4, as is Bernardo Taylor, as is Diane Parks, as is Sylvia Diane Beverly. So those 4 poets have established a track that they have heralded poetry, they have represented poetry, they have made contributions to the community, uplifting and making major statements of purpose and pride through poetry. And that's just one area that I feel very pleased with the outcome of. Now, poetry is a tool, it's a joy for me, I'm sure for each of you as well, but poetry is a serious thing that allows folks to step inside a universe other than their own. And through that, when we look at the times that we're living in right now, poetry has a huge responsibility. We have poets that from elementary age through elder are looking at the issues of the day and grappling with, what is my role? How am I supposed to respond to what's happening? And it's no light thing, but I challenge each person listening to reflect on your feelings, because of course, without feelings, poetry is dead. So reflect on your feelings and pick up a pen and decide what it is that is within you that is yearning, that is burning to make that difference through poetry. It is a challenge, but it also a privilege to share your thoughts and your words with your community. Certainly civilizations have been documented through poetry. So I encourage each person listening today and each person who's participating today to please consider poetry as more than simply pretty words that rhyme sometime. Poetry has much work to do and has been doing it for eons. So we're excited about that. Just generally, I have been appointed for a 3-year term as the inaugural poet laureate, and I'm halfway through that appointment. So it's amazing when I look at how quickly the time is going. But my platform, of which when I first was appointed, I thought it was appropriate to decide, well, what is it I'm going to actually do aside from going everywhere to share poetry, which I love to do. But poetry is about creating those opportunities. So my number 1 is literacy. Poetry offers an opportunity to ensure that our community educates our youth and citizens of all ages to provide opportunities for employment, enjoyment, and inclusion. And literacy is the key through which that can happen. So when I heard about, books from birth, and I heard about adult literacy at Bowie State and Prince George's Community College and University of Maryland, we want to make sure that we continue that elusive legacy that literacy can and should provide for everyone. And then, of course, social justice. Poetry has to address the issues of social justice and also that of bridging cultural and generational communities. So those 3 platforms, literacy, social justice, and bridging cultural and generational communities, can all be and must all be accomplished through poetry. And I encourage each poet to consider those issues as you are picking up your pen. Certainly, it's fabulous to write fun poetry. We love it. We have fun with the words, and that's something that we should do that keeps us inspired. But there is a challenge, the responsibility that comes with it as well. So I hope that's something that you will consider to continue to do through your poetry, and hopefully not allow exclusion, but inclusiveness to be the core through which your poetry is heralded, is written, and is shared. So thank you for the opportunity, Amy, for sharing a few words about why poetry is of significance to me and what it is I strive to do through poetry.
Thank you so much, Sister Joy.
I would like to close with a poem titled This Freedom Thing. It's not a new poem. I'm still working on my response to this time we're living in, but I thought this would be an appropriate poem to share. And it's simply titled This Freedom Thing. There are some that come to know freedom only through ancestors' woeful echoes. Those whose chorus of unripened dreams were turned nightmare. Work songs sung from field, chain, even choir, but seldom CEO. Clung to for life. Pain-birthed melodies from slaves whose souls uttered unlettered words of hope, courage, and resolve. Such was and is our story. It is for them that I lift prayer, for them, they who sifted spirit from sorrow while searching the horizon for signs of the familiar. They who bid me even now to sing their song of love, loss, and pain in verse made plain. They plead me to release it to the universe, shouted from fate's high point of hope. They say, steal away, search out this freedom thing, claim it, revere and hold it dear. Create it when necessary, but always, always keep it safe. Grow it from whisper to shout song, then hand it down, tender and prideful to the young ones. Teach them to make it their own. So I hold fast to the things so many never knew. It is for them that I write, for them that I strive to create beauty through tears. Thank you.
That was amazing, Sister Joy. Thank you so much. And without further ado, I would like to talk about and introduce our judge, Elizabeth Stanley.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hold on, I'm just having a little bit of a technical difficulty. Okay, so Elizabeth Stanley served as president of Burke's Bards, a nonprofit poetry group that holds monthly readings at the Goggle Works Center for the Arts in Reading, Pennsylvania. She hosts the annual Bard Fest each April, establishing in 1999. Elizabeth produced and hosted the Bruce Stanley Memorial Poetry Series at Reading Area Community College, sponsored by the Foundation for RACC from 1998 to 2017. Her poems have been published in Penn Street, City of Poems, 2020 Anthology, at barrioallegria.com/pen-street, Fledgling Rag, Iris G. Press, and in the Sexuality Poems, Foothills Publishing. Without further ado, here is Elizabeth.
Thank you, Amy. It's very good to be with you. Thank you. I want to congratulate all the entrants and the winners of the poetry contest. I'm so proud of you. I am encouraged by the number of children, teens, and adults who submitted their work, and I know that their families supported them in that, and that's exciting. They have taken a big step toward making their voices heard. All of you have joined the community of poets in Prince George's County, Maryland, the United States, and around the world. You may have stepped out of your comfort zone to let your voices be heard today. Bravo, congratulations. And Amy asked me to share a poem, so I have one to share with you today. It's called Mulberries. When the white mulberries ripen on the tree in my backyard, how do the birds know that the time is ripe for picking? Does the tree beckon? Does one alert starling or grackle tell the others? Do the mulberries send out their scent to the rain on the breeze? Such abundance. Those berries dance with the green leaves until most disappear into the beaks of baby birds, fed on this springtime harvest, soon gone. Be like the tree. When you have plenty to share, do it now, in season, while the fruit is ripening. Don't wait until sun and wind say dry up. Why wait for a better time than now? Thank you.
Thank you so much. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to start hearing from our poet. Nick, did you want to lead?
Sure. Should we do an announcement of all of the winners before we do the readings, Amy, or would you like?
Absolutely, that would be awesome.
Great. So I'm sure many of you have seen the list already, but just because you're all awesome and deserve the shout out, we're gonna do a little formal announcement here. So as you all know, we had 3 categories of entries. And the first category was poems by children. And our honorable mentions were Beach in the Summer by Alyssa Banford, Summer in the Philippines is Hot by Lauren Mariana. Apologies if I mispronounced that. I went with the Spanish pronunciation. Third place, Inside My Heart by Bryson Wood. Second place, Not a Predictable Summer by Olaoluwa Oni. First place, Summer by Naomi Wilson. Congratulations to all the children's category winners. Okay, next category, teens. We have 2 honorable mentions. Earth's Treasure by Ramatulai Kanu. Apologies if there's a mispronunciation. Reminiscent Vision by Mia Gonzalez Jackson. Third place, Staycation by Noelle Gonzalez Jackson. Second place, Summer 2 by Cecilia Fenstermaker. First place, In Mayaguez by Marissa Michelle. Congratulations all in the teen category. Great work. And we see that there's some great poetry vibes within one family too.
Wow.
And then moving on to poems by adults. 3 honorable mentions. Summer in Maryland by Taylor Willis. Sandcastles in the Sky by Scott Hommel. Any Place But Home by Samuel Jackson. Third place, Getaway by Warren Palmer II. Second place, Our Summer Vacation, The Wilds of the Backyard by Robert Jones. First place, Dog Days by Will Staton, or Staten. Congratulations to all the adult winners. Awesome. So, as Amy said, we're going to invite any of the winners who are here to read their poems if they would like. And we'll start off with the children's category. And we'll start off with the first place winner, Naomi Wilson, if you'd like to read. You're here. Okay. We'll do a little spotlight for you.
Summer is the scent of freshly mowed grass, green as a leaf. Summer is the taste of cold lemonade after a hot day. Summer is the slush of water that hits your face after a first dive. Summer is the long wait until dark. Is it yet for fireworks? Summer is the last taste of heat, the first taste of Christmas. Come again soon.
Great job. Congratulations. Okay, that was lovely. Thank you. Our second place children's winner, Not a Predictable Summer by Olaoluwa Oni. And let me spotlight you before you start. What's the best way to pronounce your name? Sorry if I butchered it.
You actually pronounced it right, Olaoluwa.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, take it away.
Chill, fire up the grill. Take a break like the rabbit did in the race, but stay focused like the tortoise did to stay closest. School's over. Take a mental break. It's the time to develop and step up. It's summertime, so find a good way to spend it. When you get back to school and start catching up with people, the first question you'll probably get asked is, how was your summer? What did you do? Well, this summer I did have an interesting summer, but you don't want to be the one with the boring summer. So you must go into detail and not just say great or nothing much. And some might lie about their summer and so they don't seem like they had a predictable summer or someone who really had a bummer summer. Well, I never lie about my summer. That's why people think I'm so predictable. Not this summer. Before I answer, I get interrupted in here. You probably went to your jock camp, and I interrupt and say no. I actually got a new hobby and joined a poetry camp and got a job. Call me Busy Bee Bella, if you will. Then I ask the person who interrupts me, and she freezes, and then like someone pushed the pause button on her, and she says the most predictable thing. I went to a dance camp. I should say the same one you've been going to for 5 years, but I guess she's the one that's predictable, like everyday schedule. Summer is the time you can have a great experience or explore or learn more or flourish like a beautiful flower.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations. Just before we move on to the next poet, I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone. So when it's your turn, please be prepared to unmute. And if you have any technical issues, just let me know in the chat and we'll help you out. I want to make sure that there's no feedback from others interfering with the sound. So our next poet is Bryson Wood, third place for children. Are you with us, Bryson? That's right, you're the one with the great background. Okay, let's spotlight you here. I think you need to unmute still. Sorry, I muted you by mistake. Okay, and take it away. Oop, where'd you go?
Inside My Heart by Bryson Wood. Inside my heart lives one silly sister, 2 awesome parents, 3 amazing cousins, 4 loving grandparents, 5 thankful blessings, 6 sweet summers, and 7 laughing friends, and a sky full of stars.
Good job.
Awesome. Thank you. Next up, Amy, did we have either of the honorable mentions joining us today?
I believe we did.
Okay, great. So first would be Beach in the Summer, Alyssa Banford, if you're here, if you can wave at me so I know where you are. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna unmute you and then spotlight you. Hi.
Okay, it's a haiku. Beach in the summer, sandcastle scraping the sky, salty waves hug me. That's it.
Awesome. Now, following Hiram's rules, haiku writers get to read them twice. So would you mind doing it again?
Okay. Beach in the summer, sandcastle scraping the sky, salty waves hug me.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job. Very good. Next up would be Summer in the Philippines is Hot by Lauren. Is Lauren here with us? Lauren? No, Lauren? Okay. Does anyone see Lauren? Okay, no problem. We'll go on to the teen category. And first will be Marissa Michelle.
Hi.
Hi.
My piece is titled In Majaguez. In Majaguez, the men collapse into rusty metal chairs behind the bodega and play dominoes in stiff, sticky air, the sky as black as the dirt on sugarcane fields. The next day, the children wear white dresses stained red with the juice of tart cherries. Roosters screech in the fresh orange morning, making the same ruckus as us come Friday night. The birds are black dots on a beach of brown sand, flitting between shards of green bottles. Buried in the sand, pages of torn fashion magazines the Coca-Cola haired women read. The same women that cut their tongues with the kitchen knife, after the onions and before the hot peppers. The same women that go to the small wooden chapel with freshly ironed dresses and runs in their stockings, chanting, El Señor es mi pastor, while a silver cross rises and falls on their chests. Here, even the furniture knows to stay out of the man's way when he walks into his glass house. The one at the top of the hill, blanketed by the green of trees and the smell of chicken simmering in vegetable oil. Yesterday, a woman burnt her arm when she knocked over the pan and tried to soothe her pain the only way she knows how. She ran the icy bath water until she couldn't feel anything. The cotton curtains flutter in the evening winds when he leaves. This is when we learn that the best composer is the palm tree, writing symphonies out of the rustling leaves that carry the sighs and hums of our mothers. Our mothers who pass down lessons like cooking recipes and belt lashes, saying the same words 1,000 times, niñita, escúchame, little girl, listen. Dreams do not belong to us, recuerda, remember. Once the gray-eyed moon climbs back into the sky, the men can be found drunk in the shadows of our ancestors, in stiff and sticky air, collapsed in rusty metal chairs behind the bodega in Mayagüez. Thank you.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Wow.
Okay. Second in the teen category, Summer 2 by Cecilia Fenstermaker.
Okay. The sun sets at 7 p.m. and twilight brings purple hazes that mix with folding golden roses, caressing the softness of dark, blooming from lit streetlights, perfectly sphered in their own rooms, ceaseless, waveless, still, not going anywhere, not reaching for anything, except down to pet the ants that walk by, marching along, going to their nowhere, in line for their nothing, no food to be found, no spilled ice cream on the street, or melted popsicle that rained down. It's something else raining down, daily, not the rain, it's not the sweat, it's not the dust and ashes from fireworks. It's the silence that not even the hissing cicadas try to break, or the accordion frogs interrupt, when a melody of voices is missing from the track, shaking them all, fearing in silence. Only the single bluebird may sing, but it stretches for miles, reaching, straining, and there is no echo that calls back. It goes out and never comes in, a one-way street down an open field. So the crickets break in, like some irony, and the foxes cry out, tears streaming, and the river babbles louder, wheezing. But finally, the calendar turning his page, raises his voice and quiets it all, calling for a reply to the calm night. And he says, it's summer, but that means nothing when there's no one. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Congratulations. Next will be Staycation by Noel Gonzalez Jackson. Oh, sorry. Is this the right?
Those are my parents.
Nope. Hi, parents. Can you wave at me? Oh, there you are. I see you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay. Staycation. Drowning in fear and isolation, disappointment. Hoping for the best, yet you know the end is near. Scared for the future, afraid of the past, the present is a nightmare, a dream meant to scare. Escape, you need it desperately. Vacation, a retreat. Trapped, alone together, for what feels like forever. A never-ending cycle, going on and on and on and stop. You deserve a break. A chance to wait. Press pause on time, on reality. For me, for you. Don't pretend. Tend to your needs. Put yourself first, for once. Close your eyes. Think of a different time, a different outcome, a different place. Stay home, but don't forget about vacation. Right now it's a staycation. Imagination is the ticket. Destination unknown. Staycation. It's your chance, an opportunity to finally be wherever, whenever. All you need to do is stay. Thank you.
Awesome. Congratulations. Thank you. While we're on your camera, if we can go to Mia for Reminiscent Vision, please.
Simple, sweet, special summer. No school, but brief lesson time to keep young minds bright and brain wheels turning. Still, excitement is stirring. ideas whirring, annual opportunities, gardening, serving, growing, learning, library trips to start and sustain summer reading, race through inspiring books in between sewing and weeding, long walks, quests to explore, feeling the gentle distant breeze, ease, admire nature, blooming flowers, green trees, free to imagine, relax, lay in grass on your back. Dream of delicacies that'll please, ice cream or homemade snow cones, backyard barbecue, or even varieties of vacation reserved gourmet cheese. Time with family and friends together in the midst of celebration, fireworks, picnics, adventures, rare reunions to remember. At home, enjoying the affluent air conditioning, anticipating another inspiring, entertaining NPR story narration. Later, readily watching awesome lightning thunderstorms, or maybe digging with bright smiles, looking for worms. Restful nights, long days, fresh air, wishes that moments could stay still, just like that, exactly right there. This is simple, sweet, special summer. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Congratulations to both of you. Next up is Ramachalai Kanu with Earth's Treasure.
Waves come crashing to great southern shores, powerful and strong. It breathes and roars, cascading and caressing each grain of sand. A warm embrace between sea and land, high above a single shore. Wings of purity spread to fly, battling high against darkened clouds. In the wind that blows furiously, flying gracefully and proud. Beneath the sun is soft and warm, sculptured by nature. It weathered the storm, a passionate battle between calmness and rage. A new chapter beginning. Don't turn to the last page. I listen again to the whispering waves. Music of nature, calming and brave. Its power unknown. Its stillness untamed, mysterious and magical. Its treasure at claim.
Thank you so much. We had a little trouble hearing you. Would it be possible for you to read it again closer to the microphone?
Okay.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Waves come crashing in gray shores, powerful and strong. It breathes and roars, cascading and caressing each grain of sand. A warm embrace between sea and land, high above a single shore high. Wings of purity spread to fly, battling high against darkened clouds. In a wind that blows furiously, flying gracefully and proud. Beneath the sun is soft and warm, sculptured by nature. It weathered the storm, a passionate battle between calmness and rage. A new chapter beginning. Don't turn to the last page. I listen again to the whispering waves, music of nature, calm and brave. Its power unknown. It still untamed, mysterious and magical. A treasure at claims.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Congratulations. We're gonna now switch over to the adults. First place is Dog Days by Wills. Will, are you with us? Okay, last call for Will. Okie doke. Next is our second place adult winner, Our Summer Vacation, The Wilds of the Backyard, Robert Jones. Are you with us, Robert? Oh, there you are. Thank you. Let me make sure you're if you can unmute yourself. There you go.
Our Summer Vacation, The Wilds of the Backyard. Today's a day. We're going camping the new way. First, picked out the campsite. Everything must be done just right. The site is chosen without doubt. All duties hand out. Mine, vacuum the floor. Sis, get the snack from the fridge door. Brothers, moving furniture out of the way. Front room all ready for the getaway. TV turned to the outdoor show. For lights and sounds of nature, you know. Campfire, front burner of the stove. S'mores being made, a virtual treasure trove. Ghost stories being told by Dad. Mommy's calming our fears we had. He flickered the lights, no need for the last rites. Tents made from bed sheets hung over chairs. Safe now from all the lions, tigers, and bears. In the morning, out to the jungle we went, the backyard. Swung on the jungle vines until we spent the swings. Swam across a great dangerous lake, the swimming pool. Climbed the mighty mountains, the fruit tree. Dug for buried treasure, the sandbox. Hunted for food with great pleasure, the freezer. Cooked in the pit of fire, the microwave. Clothes so dirty from our camp is our camping attire. A wonderful week of vacation in the wilds of our backyard location.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you to the second person in there who's giving us the claps with Robert. That's great. Next up is going to be Warren Palmer II reading or presenting Getaway.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Getaway. Can you all hear me fine? Okay. Getaway. I'm in need of a vacation. If you're reading this, please help. With COVID-19 in effect, I can enjoy where I reside and no place else. I could really use a change of scene, like sunny skies, blue water, the tropicals type. You know what I mean? For the last almost 2 months, I've been in staycation mode, enjoying all you can eat food and beverages, not to mention watching show after show after show. I'm a husband and a father. My family and I make the best of our situation. However, it seems as though we're running low on ideas to make this the best staycation ever. Never did I think this experience would last this long. Life sort of feels like a replay of your favorite song that has played too long. Virtual parties are cool, but I do miss being in the physical company of our family and friends. Every now and then, being within reach of others or a hug could really do the trick. But one thing I've been taught is to be grateful for what you got. And when I take a look around, I see I've got a lot. And if I'm going to be shedding with anybody, then there's nobody I'd rather be with than my wife and kids. They definitely know how to live. Still, I'm in need of a vacation. If you're reading this, please help. With COVID-19 in effect, I can enjoy where I reside and no place else. Approach every situation with a positive and adaptive mind. We find a way. So let's make this the best staycation ever until we can get away. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Warren. Congrats. Okay. How's everyone doing? Still having fun? We've got a couple left. Okay. Next up is Summer in Maryland by Taylor Willis. Could you wave, Taylor? Awesome. Thank you. Welcome and congrats. You think just great.
Hi, everyone. Seeing how the garden grows, full of life, it overflows. Under the canopy of lush forest green, my places of joy you are starting to know. Meandering streams lead to places unknown. Ease. Relax in a shady spot, feel the warm evening breeze. Intense heat and humidity dissuade you not. New moments becoming memories the summer holds. Migrations of wildlife soon will begin. Despair not. Summer in Maryland will come again.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations.
Great.
Let's see who's next. Next up is Sandcastles in the Sky by Scott Hommel. Are you with us, Scott? I don't know if Scott is here. I don't see Scott. Okay. And then after that is Any Place But Home by Samuel Jackson.
Hello, everyone. My poem is Any Place But Home. Anticipation is high, and my favorite times are here I can't deny. In my mind, I can only imagine, make plans, and get ready because the moments have finally arrived. I am all eyes and ears to see exactly where we are all headed. To me, it's exciting, surprising, nothing but everlasting fun to just get up and go any place but home. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and here we all come. Gee, I wonder first where we are going, the fun we will have, and what will I pack to wear. Well, it doesn't matter until that moment arrives, because I know I would change my mind 1,000 times until right before the day we're set to be on our way. How will we travel? How many stops will we make? How much spending money will I have? Where are we going to end up? And all the fantastic things we would do. Well, for me, the only way to go is drive so we can see all the fun sights in between and stop to take a picture too. I know planning makes a difference, but every now and then we just have to go with the flow. Wow, what a great feeling to get away. And you know, the night before, I would not sleep a wink, up praying that all goes well. I can't wait till we reach our final destination, get settled in, and let the nonstop fun for our summer vacation begin. I will be eating my favorite foods and also trying something new. Family vacations are the best, and as for me, I will not accept anything less. During the day, I will be just like the Energizer Bunny, going until I'm so exhausted. And at night, I will take a very long glance at nature calling, the calm of the night, birds singing, the moon smiling, the wind blowing, trees swaying, and all the bright stars shining high above. Let me get my camera, my favorite soft drink, a pen and pad to write the many wonderful things and thoughts that my summer vacation has to offer. I am in a zone as I smile from ear to ear and enjoy my summer vacation and everything it has to offer. Oh, I did not forget all the hand-picked gifts I will get to help remind me of where I have been. But none of this will be possible without the love of family. I am blessed by the best to be one lucky person traveling and really enjoying my summer vacation. Pinch me to make sure I am not dreaming. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna turn it back.
Hello, everybody. Again, it's wonderful to hear all of your poems. I just want to let you know that I have been inspired by all of your wonderful works, and I have wrote a poem called Summer. In the hot summer breeze, I catch the happy songs of the ice cream truck, my blue eyes twinkling, my fingertips betraying me with chocolate brown smudges. Wandering around the neighborhood with my little dog Joy, we are both excited at the sight of a sprinkler. Happy together, laughing at the children, looking for respite on a warm and humid day. Barbecues, juicy seedless watermelon eaten down to the rind, juice dripping off my chin. The glow of fireflies in the night. A huge stack of books to read and adventures to be had. A comfortable chair enveloped and embraced by the kiss of cool air. Flip-flops off and a cold beverage in my hand. Thank you so much, poets, for your wonderful talent. You have inspired me and have inspired everyone. And I wanted to let you know that because of this great success, we are going to be doing this next year. So get your thinking caps on. Have not picked a theme yet, but we are going to be doing this again. So look forward to more posts. April is National Poetry Month, so we will put something out around at that time. So thank you so much for your participation.